Okay. That's us. We're live streaming. Boys and girls, welcome. Welcome in. We're just hanging out tonight. Having a quickie. Got something in the mail today I'm really excited about. Wait for anybody to come in the room. Come hang out. Having a little sip here. Sippy. Boys and girls, how are we doing tonight? What a interesting thing. What an interesting day I've had. Why is that hiding behind there? I can't seem to figure that out. So what a day. You can't always have the best ones. So right away, one of the first things that happens to me this morning, I have an electric bike and I ride it to work every day. I love it. I got rid of my car so I can have it, and it's a lot of fun. And I just ride that thing in every day, rain or shine. And today it wasn't raining, first time in a few. And holy cow! And today it wasn't raining, first time in a. Okay, there we go. Just got a little bit of feedback coming back. So, yeah, wasn't raining this morning. I get to work, I put my backpack down, and I get going on things. And it takes me a minute before I can go take care of like my things in the backpack, because you gotta get yourself situated for the day. So I'm looking around, and I get my stuff going, and then I grab my backpack and I pick it up, and it's drenched, just dripping. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought I lowered it into a puddle, right? And I was a little annoyed with that. And then I just left it, I hung it up. And then later it's still dripping. I'm like, what is going on? Well, I'd packed my water bottle and I must not have secured it closed all the way, because yikes. Yeah, I left my water bottle open inside my backpack, and it half emptied into the inside of my backpack and just soaked the thing. That was great. So I thought, well, that's unfortunate enough. And then I had a pretty decent day. Like, don't get me wrong, I had a pretty decent day. And then at the end of the day, I'm riding home, and halfway home, I got a flat tire on my bike again. So now I'm starting to feel bad for suggesting that maybe that bike shop that did the first repair did a bad job, because I'm thinking this might be the third flat that I've had in, 2 weeks? Not great. Not the best. But yeah. Oh my God. So I got to fix another flat. Great. But I left that spare tube at home, actually. The spare tube's there. Or sorry, not at home, at work. So my bike's at home, tube's at work. I'll take care of that later. But tonight, boys and girls, got a treat especial. I brought back the Keeb. Now this is the one I was working on last time. We changed out the switches. They were cherry blues, and the cherry blues are terrible. I still have some in there because I didn't have enough to change them all. So the F-row is all cherry blues, as you can see. Oh, oof. And everything except the F-row and a few select keys, I've switched over to the cherry reds. So those sound a lot better than the cherry blues. But I did something interesting. I took, because I only had a limited supply of switches. So I left the num lock a cherry blue, and I left the caps lock a cherry blue. I have a habit of accidentally hitting the caps lock, but now on this keyboard, if I accidentally hit it, I know right away, because it's one of them cherry blues. So that's that. That is that. I want to test out and make sure that the my text-to-speech is working. Let's see what's going on here. Test. I have it set up, but see if it's working. But anyway.
Test.
Ah, there it is. It's working. There we go. Because sometimes when I get going on this stuff, I'm not able to pay attention to the chat just by glancing over. I'm gonna remedy that. I'll have to figure something else out, so I don't always have to have it on text to speech. Because you know how that could be. Whoa, you know. So yeah. So today I've got this Keeb, which is the one that I keep at work, and that goes at my workstation where I have a laptop. But I hate using laptop keyboards. And actually, I have the laptop up high, and then on the desk space, I have this guy, and it's wireless, and it's been serving me well. And ever since I switched the switches, I'm really happy with that. If you're just tuning in, you don't know what's going on with this series of this guy. Basically, what I've done is I've desoldered all the cherry blues. Well, not all of them. There's a few that still remain on the board. The cherry blues, and I took cherry reds that were from my leftover from my HyperX keyboard when I re-switched that. But what I did was I took all those switches and I lubricated them, and I swapped out the springs for heavier springs, and they're slow curve 72 gram weight springs, and they are so satisfying to press. Now what I have today is a new set of keycaps. I'm really happy with these. They were so cheap, but you know, the color combo for these is kind of a funny one, because I'm gonna be using these in an automotive garage where filthy all the time. I'll be wearing black gloves that are covered in grease all the time, and yeah, I got white keys. I got myself some white keys. Why? I don't know. It's different. But the one thing that really got me going with this keycap set is that they remind me, and tell me if I'm wrong, the Transformers from the McDonald's Happy Meals back in the 1980s. No joke. I remember getting like Transformers in the Happy Meal. And they had this sort of two-tone with the red, so three-tone, I guess, look to them, and it really reminded me of that, and it felt like a toy, and I was like, this is super fun and super cool. And I'm gonna set this up, and we're gonna be putting these keycaps on tonight, along with having a brewski. Now, another thing I'm gonna be getting into, I got a package. This is the mystery pack from Amazon. Pretty excited about this one. So, here's what happened recently. I have a neighbor who's a pianist, and I was speaking to her about arranging a tuner to come. Now, I acquired this piano a few years back from a good friend of mine, Brian, who you've probably seen on this channel, but he used to live really close to me, and he ended up getting like a dream job and had to move away. His dream job, like he's a writer, and he got a job writing for like awesome vacations, essentially. So he gets to do vacations all the time and then write about it. So I mean, you can't complain. So he was like, dude, I gotta get out of here, and I know you love my piano, and I need to find a new home for it. And so he gave it to me. He gave me this piano. So I didn't have to move it very far. We didn't have to move it very far. It came right to here. And yeah, so it kind of landed here, and I haven't been able to do any maintenance on it. Now, what happened was I got in touch with this piano tuner, And he arranged to come by, and I spoke to him about what the piano was and how long it's been since it had been serviced, since the 90s apparently. So it's like a long time since it had been serviced. Now, when speaking to him, he was like, okay, well, I'll have to come and assess the situation before I get into it. So if you're just joining now, we're talking about my piano in the back. So the tuner stops by the place, and I wasn't home, I was at work, and the wife was home. And she says to me, he comes in, he was in there 2 minutes, and he walked out and said, I'm not doing it. Yikes, right? So I didn't hear from him for a few hours. He calls me back later in the evening, and he's like, listen, man, I'm really sorry about the situation, but your piano is quite flat. Now, he tells me that in piano tuning, they use what they call cents, right? So there's like 100 cents to get from a note to the flat. And he said when you tune a piano often, every once in a while you have to tune it. You might have to tune it up about 5 cents, he says. And he says your piano is about 50 cents out. So it's like half of a whole flat note, if that makes sense. So he tells me, I would do it for you, but I'm close to retiring. I don't have a lot of jobs that I want to take on, and especially big ones like that. So he says, it's not that it's not doable, but sometimes things break when you try to bring a piano back up to tune again. And, sometimes it just takes a while. Sometimes it takes several, you tune it, and then you got to tune it again, tune it again, tune it again, tune it again. I mean, if you know anything about guitars, it's like restringing a guitar essentially. So you'll have, you have to bring it up to tune and then retune all the strings. And by the time you get back to the E string, it's out of tune again. And it's basically like stretching them all back into place before you can actually get the tune out of it. Now, that being said, I didn't want to go through another runaround of more tuners. He gave me the contacts of a colleague of his. I'm like, these guys, they have to come in from the city and stuff, and it's a big deal. So because I got the piano for free, why don't I just give it a go? Why don't I just get the tools and give it a go? So that's what I've done. I bought some tools for tuning piano. I'm gonna have to get an app for my tablet, apparently, where I can use that app to get the right tuning. So fingers crossed, because I really, really like this piano. This is it's a nice unit. In fact, I'll show you guys. So this is my beautiful, what is it? A Gourlay from Toronto, Ontario. It's I don't know when it was constructed, but the last time it was serviced was in September of 1991. I was 9 years old when this piano was last serviced, but it's definitely a little bit out of tune. It still does sound good though. Still got Still got a little something left in it. So it doesn't sound horrible, but it has had better days. It has had many, many better days. So, yeah, the idea of tuning it up sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like something interesting to dive into. Something I've never quite done before. But heck, why not? Heck, why not?
Gorgeous piano.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not seeing who's talking. Where's my chat? Where are you, chat? Jelly Duck. What's happening, brother? Yeah, no, I'm really excited about the piano, but tuning it's gonna be something else. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look. See.
Meow.
Meow. I don't know why I'm not getting a chat feed here. I'm gonna have to figure this out. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? There's my chat. There we go. Much better. Much better. So yeah, that's the piano as it stands right now. A little bit out of tune, but it feels so good to play. I really, really enjoy playing it. I really do. But let's have a look. Let's have a look over here. Go to the bench. Blah, 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 blah. What have we here? We've got some stuff that showed up. So Jelly, I was talking about this earlier. This is the work keyboard. The one we were playing with the last time. Doing all the keys on. And I just, a little ASMR, because it's just... And what's this? Caps Lock Cherry MX Blue. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I love this thing.
The tappings.
The tappings is right. So, I got some new keycaps, and they look like 1980s McDonald's Transformer. I love it. We're gonna be messing with that today. But before we mess with this, before we get on with that, let's have a look at what came in the mail. Oh, autofocus, come on. Ugh, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Gotta open up the Logitech app. I forgot to do that. My man. Let's go, Logitech. Do your thing. Cool. Let me turn that off now. Because now, yeah, autofocus is working on this guy. Wicked. Not on this guy. Okay. Time to open the box. Let's get right into it. I'm excited. Because this is... I love tools. You guys know I love tools. I'm a mechanic. How can I not love tools, right? But the thing is, I don't always get to do tools that are outside of my realm of expertise. This is something different. Oh wow, it comes in like a velvet bag. Ooh. You know you're out of your realm, right? Actually, it matches my hoodie. But I'm a little out of my realm when tools are coming to me in velvet bags. And what have we here? Okay.
Looks soft.
It is soft. It is very soft. Ooh, I like these. Look at that. Okay, let's get to the meat of it right here. This right here, boys and girls, is your main piano key. I believe they call this the hammer.
Oh, it matches with your hoodie. The test hilarious, lol.
I know, right? So this here, I'm just gonna turn that down for this. Okay, so this guy here, back to my scenes, has a particular focus. It kind of looks like a hex, but it's not. It's a double square, right? So that's because the keys, or the keys for tuning. I'm not sure if you would call it a key for tuning. Tuning keys on the piano are actually square-headed. They have a square head on them. Now, these other bits are for muting. So the majority of these other things are for the muting of the other strings. So this is just a big bunch of felt that you can use to help mute strings. So you can tune one by one. So you got your tuner, and you're not gonna get multiple strings ringing out while you're trying to tune. And then these guys are also for the same purpose. There are other kits that you can get that have these like special tangs that hold the hammers back on the piano. If you know how a piano is laid out, they hold the hammers back. But I don't know. I don't find that so necessary. You can just hold the key when you're tuning it. It's not that difficult, actually. It didn't seem that difficult, but it was a considerable amount of money more for that. But yeah, I've seen video of people doing it, and as they're putting these things in to mute the strings, it's actually holding back the hammers and the sustain as well. So this, I'm quite excited about. I'm actually quite excited about, because this is a nifty little set. It's real nice. Real nice with the velvet bag.
That's cool.
Right? My man. Check that. So this is to add to the collection of cool tools that I have in my arsenal. That being said, I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting to tuning the piano, but I would like to, probably coming up soon, because I was anticipating it being tuned by a professional, and I was excited. I was getting excited to hear what it sounds like tuned, because it actually sounds pretty decent, but it sounds very like honky tonk, I guess. It sounds like a bar piano that's just way out of tune. You know what I'm saying? The old out of tune bar pianos. Yeah, very, very tinny bar sound, old saloon bar piano kind of tune. Anyway, lots of fun. I'm looking forward to that. But hey, let's get back to the job at hand today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
I think key tuner is very important to use.
Oh, I agree. I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, it's not sounding the best just at the moment. All right, let's get these away. I'm gonna be switching mics here. Not gonna lie, I've been looking forward to this moment for a while now. Getting to putting some nice looking keycaps on this thing. So the moment has arrived, boys and girls. Oh, it just looks so much better. Why you auto focusing, dumb thing? Wow, Logitech just keeps changing its settings on me. All right. Without further ado, let's just get right to it. Getting right into it. How's your day going, Jelly? How was your weekend? Did you have a good one? I know I did. Oh, I got some extra keys that I don't really have on my keyboard. I'll be using those guys right there. Now here's the interesting thing. It comes with some that I already have, but it seems like they're a little bit different style. So, I don't know. We'll see. Do they... Oh yeah, they're a little bit different. The profiles are different. Check this out. I'll have to switch to this guy. Check that out. So this is the original key. These are the new keys. They have a little bit higher profile. Then it's not just that the skirt isn't even longer. It's actually
Doing good. I was just playing Metroid Dread when I beat it and also still making music stuff.
nice. Nice. I saw that. I think I saw that on your, was it on Twitter? Beat Metroid Dread or Metroid Dread. That's pretty cool, my man. So I think with these keys, I'm just gonna lob them into a bag.
Oh yeah, lol.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Is it a good game? So I haven't played a Metroid since like Metroid for the NES, the old NES Metroid. Hmm. Oh, one wasn't just it just wasn't returning all the way. Interesting. Those are the cherry blue keys. Oof. They're kind of hurting. F8. F5 through 8. Come on. Come on, you could do it. You can do it.
It is great game BTW.
Is it? Okay, that's good to know. Or are you talking about the original Metroid? Because that was a fun game. It's funny how like that became a genre. So between Castlevania and Metroid, right? The Metroidvania platformer
that isn't linear. You can go back and do stuff. I'm kind of torn on that because I like the genre, but sometimes on the old ones, I would just get like to the point where,
The Metroid Dread has 2D style.
oh, that's cool. I like going back to the old school. But like, what was I saying? Sometimes you get into the game.
Just like original Metroid on NES.
Nice. Yeah, you get into it though, and sometimes you get to a point where the you get stuck and you can't figure out the next thing, and you're running all over this ginormous map and just over and over doing the same things. that gets tiresome, in my opinion. But other than that, I do love the genre. I really want to play. I have it, and I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been so busy with other things. And that's Dead Cells. Dead Cell, and it just looks like such a good game. Oh, wow, look at the profile, is so radically different. Check that out. Wow, that is radically different. We'll see how that pans out with the keys below. I'm used to the Cherry MX Blue. Sorry, Cherry MX profile. I think these ones
Before I get to play as Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but now I am playing Super Metroid, which is so amazing game.
Oh, nice. Nice. Super Metroid's great. Yeah, Super Metroid, that's the SNES version, right?
These buttons looks different, pretty neat.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of intrigued by the way they're laid out. Get that page up, home, insert. Here we go. These guys in there.
The SNES, yup.
Yeah, SNES. I have the SNES Mini, and it has Super Metroid on it. I played it for a little while, but it was like, it's such a weird concept. Like back in the day, you'd get a game, and you probably wouldn't get another new game for like 6 months, like your birthday or Christmas, right? So you would play the heck out of any game, even if it was sucked. It was just a bummer of a game, right? You just play the heck out of it anyway. Because what else did you have to do? Nowadays, you get something like the SNES Mini, and that's not great. You get something like the SNES Mini, and it comes with like so many different games. And because it comes, whoa! Wow, that was close. I could have just lost that entirely. So that goes. You can get back in there now. Go back in your home.
Mini SNES include with Star Fox 2.
Yes. Did have Star Fox 2. So that was the thing, right? So you get all these games, right? But you're like, what? Which one do I start with? And then you end up playing hardly any of them, and then you just like go back to your computer. That's what happened to me. I played like Mario, and then went right back to my computer. It was such a fun nostalgia trip, though. And so many games, like, you remember them a certain way, and then you play them, and you're like, oh, that was, yeah, not exactly like I remembered. I remember the graphics being way better than that. And yeah, it turns out that way. A lot. Here we go. We got right down to 0 and 9.
Yoshi's Island such hard game, not gonna lie, lol.
Yoshi's Island is good, hard. I don't know. I never played it. I think that one was on the machine too.
SNES has impressive graphics.
That's true. I think that it was it the parallax? That was the thing that really impressed me when I was a kid. Because that was when SNES came out, it was like, whoa, parallax, that is crazy. Where the foreground and the background move at different rates. Right? Like, what? Oh, mind blown. So it gives you that perception of like 3 dimensions, even though it's all still 2D. Which I thought was just a clever move. Oh, it was so cool. So cool. I remember the first time I saw it too. We were at, what was it? I was at it was like, I think it was before Walmart was a big thing in Canada. It was a Woolworths store, department store, and they had a display model that you could play of the SNES, and they had Super Mario Brothers on it. And I was so hyped. And Christmas was coming, and I was like, yeah, I really want to play Mario. I loved Mario because I had the the Nintendo NES, and we had Mario. And I got Mario 3, and I borrowed Mario 2 from a friend because he didn't like it, and I was like, what are you talking about? This is great. And I just played it and played it and played it, and I love the whole Mario series. Ooh, these feel great. And yeah, the Mario series.
We had All Stars Mario.
I never played All Stars. No. But I did. Mario 3 was my jam. Holy cow. Mario 3 was so good. But then, yeah, Christmas came along. And I remember going to the department store and seeing Mario Brothers and playing it and trying it and being like so
that
blown away.
That has actually nice keyboard.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, holy cow. Just so blown away. And then my parents were like, all right, kids, put it to a vote. What game console? We're going to get a new console. What game console we're going to get? And I'm like, SNES. SNES, let's do it. Good graphics. All that stuff. And then my brother was really into sports. And he was like, but the Sega Genesis has like hockey games and football games and like, go outside and play football or whatever. Anyway, my parents got the Sega Genesis because he wanted to play sports games. So we got the Genesis. And I still had lots of fun with Sonic. I played all the Sonics. I didn't play the sports because fuck sports, man. Yeah, I didn't play the sports. But I played all the Sonic games. Love Sonic. And yeah, that was fun. But I missed out on playing Mario. So like I played Mario when I was at my friends' houses. But once they had finished it and played it enough, they all didn't want to play it anymore. So I never actually like got to play Super Mario all the way through. So when I got back to it years and years later and tried playing it through, God, it was hard. It's really hard. And it's like, it's rage quitty. Like that kind of hard. It's not easy. So, yeah, I think the wife and I, we spent a few good nights on it, but we ended up retiring it after a while because we just weren't good at it.
It is funny they added with Sega Genesis and N64 expansion pack for 50 by Switch Online.
Really? Yeah, well, Sega's not what it used to be, right? They're not in the console game anymore, so it's a good thing though that they're like pretty cool about their properties and being cool about it, opening them up so Nintendo and Sega players could play together. Because that was the one downside about that era. Like, yeah, console wars or whatever. But, like, I wanted to play Sonic and I wanted to play Mario. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be one of those guys, you know, team whatever, right? I'm not into that. Team, everybody have a good time, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Oh my god, I'm loving this profile. Have a look at this. Oops. Let's get right in there. Have a look at that. So you can see the profile is quite lower on the Cherry MX, or the MX profile. And these are, wait, I think they're called OEM profile. I believe that's what they are.
Some people say N64 multiplayer online are very lagging.
N64 multiplayer online is very laggy.
Looks pretty smooth.
Oh, okay. Is it actually laggy though? I don't know. It's hard to tell because some people, they don't like losing games, so they give every excuse in the book for why they're losing.
Yeah, with Switch Online.
It's funny because like even fighting game tournaments, I think you have to plug in your controllers. Like you have to, if you fight stick or whatever, they want you to plug in because they don't want people complaining. It was some like connectivity issue, that's why I lost the game. Like, no. You just lost because the other guy was better. Like, just own up to it. Just face it. You know? It's just a thing. Wow, I really like this profile. I almost want to like fill the bases with like silicone or something, just to make them like a little more like fuck. Maybe I'll do that with a keycap set one day. Just try that out. It sounds kind of cool. Okay. I hope the orientation is the way they're supposed to be. Wow, that's quite different. Wow, it is quite different between those. Considerable. Like it. Interesting. It reminds me of the old Commodore 64s and stuff. So cool. So cool. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting hyped.
I am digging with red spacebar.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, that's just like the icing on the cake, my man. The two-tone with the red. So like the black and white with the red. The only thing I would prefer is that if the lettering on the black keys was white to contrast with black lettering on the white keys. White lettering on the black and black but on the they have it so they're see-through. It's really hard to tell unless you're right on it. But they're see-through, so if you light up the keyboard, if you illuminate it, you'll see the light through. Personal preference, I'd rather, like, if keys backlight, I'd rather it not shine through the keycap. I'd rather it just shine down on the bottom or the bezel. You know what I mean? So make it just a yeah, I don't know, it's just an aesthetics thing for me. Come on up. Enter key. Get these stabs back down. So I lubricated these stabilizers with a silicone lube that's actually designed for brake pad backings. That is what I did. And I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like it. I think it's unique. Because I gave a little bit of an automotive touch to the keyboard world with that. Try to get that one to catch on with the custom keyboard world. Start using brake pad lubricant. But it is still a silicone lubricant, right? And that's what most of the keyboard guys, they recommend it. There's some guys that are like, no, I'm gonna use my Crytox 0G. Which is it's a great lubricant, by the way. But that's usually for the switches. But you know what? If it works on the switches, it probably works on stabilizers too. Just I've got some rattly ass stabilizers, so I gave it a go with the old brake pad lubricant. So the brake pad lube is great for lubricating pads on their slide pins and also their sliders. It stops the rubber components of brake parts from swelling. So the rubber components in brake systems are made out of a different type of rubber. They're if they're exposed to oil, that type of rubber will actually expand. It'll soak in the oil and it swells up and gets fat and gross and gooey. So that's why you do not use petroleum-based oils on brake parts. Get get yourself in some trouble there, sir. Good sir. I'm saving these for last. This is just gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I like it. It looks so good. But yeah, the other function of brake parts lubricant. You got lubricant and lubricant. And the other function is to stop any rattling or squeaking. And squeaking is just micro rattles, right? When you apply your brakes and you got a little bit of a rattle, it's just yeet, makes a yeet noise. And that's what that is.
Just like Vaseline petroleum jelly.
Yeah, so petroleum jelly is no good. You don't want to use the petrol products. Petroleum. You want to use silicon-based. Just like for doing the butt stuff. So they say. So they say. Ooh. Windows key with a lock icon on it. Focus you. I guess we're not focusing. There's a little lock icon on that. Interesting. Oh yeah, my original has that too. Okay. Never mind. Oh. I'm liking the way they sound. He's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
I see the icon BTW.
You see the icon, by the way. Nice. Is the weather turning around there for you, Jelly? Is winter coming around? It's getting a little bit cooler, a little more bearable outside of the 40 degrees you're used to. Craziness. My god, it is getting chilly. We just did a thing called daylight savings time. I don't know if you do that where you're from.
Top 10 most satisfying moments.
Oh yeah. Okay, P O I. Oh, I thought I was missing the U for a second there. U Y. You guys out of here. So when I rekeyed my HyperX keyboard, I rekeyed it with the ones that I have on there now. But they had almost the same keycaps as this. And I used the old keycaps for Rose's robot
Use
costume.
up. Weather is 23 degrees Celsius, mostly sunny.
Oh my god, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. We're hovering at like what, 10 degrees? 5 degrees?
Hey, if you give me a shout out, I will give you one. Lol. Sup Tanuki4GAMES.
Oh, what's up, my man? How are you, brother?
I need new keycaps.
Don't we all? You know what's funny? So, I love keyboards, right? I buy keyboards, and I'm a sucker for buying more keyboards and stuff. But keyboards always come with these lame black keys. Don't you think you'd sell more keyboards if you had just more interesting looking keyboards? I don't know. Is that just me? Do people just
Your
want...
fellow brother is doing grat.
Nice. Nice.
Wait, GTG. BRB.
Alright. See you in a moment.
I'm subbing indeed for life.
Well, glad to hear it, my man. Stick around. Be doing keyboard content. I'm also an automotive technician by trade, so I talk a lot about that. Do a lot of stuff along those lines. Also musical things and such.
Gotta help out a streamer, brother.
Oh, my man. My man.
Peace.
Alright, dude. Thanks for coming out. And I just dropped the keycap on the floor. One of the boring black keycaps that come on all these keyboards. Oof. Oof. Lord have mercy. Wish, I wish they'd present with more interesting stuff. I guess it's easier just to have black keys that shine through with RGB. And if you want to customize, just buy your own keycaps. As you do. As you do. I'm really liking this OEM profile though. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it. It's looking good so far anyway. Woohoo. We'll see how it feels. Like I said, I would love to like get a syringe with silicone or an epoxy or something and like measure out each one to have the precise same amount.
If you drop keycaps on the floor, what would you do?
Oh, I'll find it later, I guess. I mean, I have a pretty clean shop. I have a pretty clean studio here. It's not too bad. I've just got my old nostalgia stuff on the floor here. Some of this stuff is super cool, actually. This is an old Sony Handycam. I think I might do something with. Check this out.
When you step on a Lego.
Right? That's right. I'm a dad. I know what it's like stepping on Legos. This thing is really cool. And I kind of want to hack into some of these things because I know they still have good parts. Most of these things I got from a recycler that I know. Here's another one. It's a movie recorder made by Realistic. And this one accepts VHS cassettes. And this is so cool. What I want to do with it, and it's got this funny AV out, audio video out plug. I think it's a French standard that kind of became the standard for a little while.
You have VCR.
I don't have a VCR. That's another thing I need to get my hands on, and I will soon. But yeah, so it's got audio video out, and what I was thinking of doing is hacking into this battery and making a lithium battery insert, like basically just make this into a lithium battery that'll work, and get a live feed out and turn this thing into like a nostalgia webcam. Like make it into a webcam that works legit, but like with like cathode ray technology. I think it'd be so much fun to build that because it probably has a really interesting picture. So this is why I hang on to stuff like this. It's cool hobby stuff, you know what I mean? Like cool stuff. So I mean, I have a lot of webcams. I'm really into just like tinkering with electronics and stuff like that as a hobby. I get my mechanical fix at work. Oh, that was another thing that I was thinking about doing. Me and TorqueNut. So TorqueNut, he's a streamer on Twitch. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He does fighting games. He's really good at them. But he also went to college with me. He's my colleague. Not in the same shop as me, but we went to school together. And we both graduated at the top of our class in the highest prestigious college for automotive mechanics in all of Canada. Anyway, We were talking about this the other day. Like, hey, let's do a collaboration.
I recognize him. He plays fighting games on Twitch.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tino is cool shit, man. Anyway, so what we're thinking was there are so many YouTube mechanic hackery, like, questionable people doing stuff on YouTube. Why don't we do a stream where we like react to a bunch of different automotive people on the YouTubes, giving their advice or doing their thing. It'd be interesting. Or there's like the odd video, I've seen it before, where they're like, here's my uncle. After we got back from the mechanic, here's my uncle showing me how much we got ripped off. And usually uncle whatever is pretty off base on what his claims are, you know what I mean? But it's said on the internet and everybody's like, oh, sounds legit. So it's kind of be funny to hear from an actual expert. It'd be funny from our side to be the ones commenting, you know what I mean? So it was an idea we're thinking about doing. I think some peeps might enjoy that. Might have some fun with it.
BRB.
Yeah, man. See you in a minute. But that's definitely sounds like a fun little adventure into the world of Dunning-Kruger. For those who don't understand what Dunning-Kruger is, the Dunning-Kruger Effect it's a psychological effect that was noted by these two psychologists, Dunning and Kruger, a while ago. It was like in 2000? That was a while ago anyway. So they give out Nobel Prizes for discoveries, right? So these guys got there's a Nobel Prize that they give out when a discovery is humorous. And it's not like a real Nobel Prize, but it's kind of like a runner-up. It's like, haha, you made a funny discovery. So what's funny about the discovery is that it turns out what they were doing was they got sample groups of people, and people of all different aptitude on particular subjects. And what they would do is they would ask the people, how do you think your aptitude is on this particular subject? And they would grade themselves on it, right? On how well they understand a thing. And then what they would do is they would take an exam on that thing, and then they would, after the exam, grade themselves on how they think their performance was on the exam. So after the fact of reading the questions, answering the questions. And then they would judge that, they would weigh that against their actual results. And it was a really interesting phenomenon that occurred, and there was this really interesting, what would you call it, pattern that emerged. And it's the less somebody knows about a particular subject, the more confident that they are in their knowledge of that subject. So
E. Back.
Hey, what's happening? We're talking about the Dunning-Kruger effect. So, quick recap. Psychologists Dunning-Kruger did a study where they took people and said, how do you feel about your knowledge of a particular subject? And they graded themselves on that subject, on how they think they would do, and then they took the test on that subject, and then they would grade themselves on how they think they did. And the worse they were at the score, the legit score, the higher they graded themselves. And it would,
wow, that's cool.
And then it was funny because like people at the higher intellect or the higher aptitude on that subject would actually grade themselves a little lower than they actually, because the thing was they would actually realize how difficult the more you actually learn about a subject, the more
Sounds complicated, but I think I understand.
yeah, the more difficult you perceive it to be, so you grade yourself lower. So it's this weird thing where the higher you know about the more you know about a subject, the less you feel confident on your ability to have knowledge in that thing. But the dumber you are, the more confident you are. So that's why they won that award for funny discovery, right? So that was that. So I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Dunning-Kruger, I think, is what we should call it.
Lol.
If we, as me and Tino, as actual auto technicians, top of our class, highest prestigious.
Hey, who plays games on Twitch?
Who plays games on
Me.
Twitch? I don't play games on Twitch. My buddy Tino, who I'm talking about, he plays games on Twitch. He plays fighting games. I'm done with Twitch.
I stream, but is he talking about me?
I'm talking to you.
Oh.
So I don't.
Okay.
I used to be on Twitch. I was on a channel called Maximum Underdrive, and I got over Twitch.
E. 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 E.
It's in the game. Dude, check out the accents, the red here, the red there.
Can I check it out?
You can check it out. Yeah, it was a good channel. It's still up.
A. A. A.
That's right. Yeah, Maximum Underdrive.
It's in the game.
So here's another thing. So I actually prefer to put my spacebar upside down. Now, hear me out on this one. So if your spacebar follows your profile, then that kind of looks cool, right? But here's the thing. Your forefingers, all of your forefingers curve this way, right? So the profile makes sense for those fingers. But the thumb hits the spacebar, right?
Same, I like it upside down in Word, lol.
Right? Now, if your thumb hits the spacebar, you kind of want the spacebar angled back, don't you? And that's the way I put it on. I much prefer it at a slight... Does it not go on that way on these? Yeah, because if you put it on this way, it just doesn't feel right.
Dude, you need more subs and views. You should do flex and keyboard.
I should do flexing keyboard.
Your YT is so cool.
My what is so cool? What? The oh, my YouTube is so cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been on YouTube for some time.
You deserve more subs.
Maybe I do. And maybe I do. You can always check out, I have several channels, actually.
YouTube channel.
Yeah. I've just gotten back to YouTube, actually. Because I was on Twitch for a while. And I ended up not liking Twitch. Not gonna lie. I just, the atmosphere on Twitch is not really my cup of tea. Yeah. The selling sex to kids, not really my thing. And when the platform's cool with that, I'm just not cool with them. But that's their prerogative. That's what they do. And I think, yeah, just YouTube's a cooler place. I've been on YouTube way longer. Tried out Twitch. The only thing Twitch is good for is view botting.
What? E. E. E.
Alright, guys, check this out. New switches. What a beautiful look for this keyboard.
I just like to spam.
Oh, that's cool. You can come hang out, my man. Wow. So this is looking cool. What do you guys think? Pretty interesting setup. So this is...
I need to unsub on Twitch the maximum underdrive.
You need to unsub on it. Oh, do you have it resubbing still? I should turn off the monetization on it so people don't get resubbed. Because it doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to turn on memberships on this channel so people can put their subs on this
It
one.
looks nice. That looks gorgeous.
Man, I'm pretty hyped on it. I'm pretty excited. It is it is a lot better looking than I anticipated. Because the keycaps are so cheap, my man. Like Amazon, $24. Like that's really, really cheap for a set of keycaps.
Just needs artificial white backlighting.
This keyboard does have white backlighting. I just gotta turn it on. Just give me one sec. What was it? I think it was Alt Function F12? No. Control Function F12? I never use it. That's why I always forget. Function Control F12. F9.
They're cheap, but sometimes they're so cheap that they break. F and delete.
Function Delete. No, not on
Press
this.
F and delete.
I thought it was... No, that's not the command.
Oh.
What was it?
Oh crap, I have 9 months sub tier 1 lol.
9 months. Tier 1 sub. Man, thank you for that.
Well, that's how my keyboard works.
Yeah, this is some Chinese knockoff. A3008. Wireless mechanical keyboard and mouse set. It was so cheap, and I bought it for work. But the customizations I've done to it have made it really cool. So, like, the customized Cherry MXs lubed with the Krytox lubricant and the change of springs to the slow curve 72 gram, they feel so good.
Dude, like when me and my close friend got in a fight, we're not friends anymore, then all of a sudden he has 270 subs.
Oh, is that
and
right?
he suppresses my viewers.
Oh, well, that's not cool. That's not cool. Yeah. Me and a friend used to stream. We streamed Maximum Underdrive. And I don't think he's doing anything anymore. But I've just come back to my channel. Which, this channel had been sitting doing nothing for over a year? Maybe 2 years? And I just came back. Yeah, I can't remember how to get the lights on. What a shame. I thought it was like Function F12. Clearly not. Oh, is it not even on?
He doesn't let them tell him what happened to me and him, and tells his viewers that I'm a jerk. Something to do with FN prob.
You know what? I think because the connection, the dongle is at work. I think that's what's going on, because it's not connecting, so it's just not turning on. That's gotta be it, because I'm not even getting numlock prompt when I turn it on.
Try function lock.
Uh,
Function numlock.
Function lock.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. It's just the dongle's at work, because I only brought it home to change the keycaps. So when I bring it back to work tomorrow, that's when it'll all be good. This is gonna be my first time using OEM style keycaps.
Oh.
They're really interesting. They kind of cup your fingers more, which I like. I like that the F and J keys, rather than having a bar at the bottom, they have a point in the middle. You feel it.
Hey, what did you sell to kids on Twitch?
What did I sell to kids on Twitch? I didn't sell anything to kids. We had a show called Maximum Underdrive. We were space guys from the future. And we had a show. We did kind of like Dr. Disrespect, how he does different scenes and stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try to get a focus on this guy. Yeah, you see how the dot's right in the middle? I like that.
Tanuki is confusing lol. So anything inappropriate?
Yeah, there was some inappropriate stuff, but...
I am much confused.
Tanuki is... what? Tanuki's inappropriate. Tanuki's got big old balls. Whoa, hey, focus. Did you do your focus thing? Hey. There we go.
Lol.
Yeah, Tanuki.
I do not.
Oh, sorry, your name's Tanuki Games. There you go. I do not have big balls. Oh, that's funny.
So
I am not a true Tanuki.
you're not a true Tanuki. So Tanuki's always outside of a izakaya when you go to Japan. So I used to live in Japan. Japan's a fantastic place. I love it there.
I am a gamer Tanuki.
The plan is to retire in Japan. That's what me and the wife are gonna do. But you're a gamer Tanuki. Tanukis are great. Tanukis are great. They welcome you into the izakaya, where you can have takawasa, nankotsu, and namabiru.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Ohio.
Ohio. That sounds like Ohio and Iowa mixed together. It'll get you some sort of good
Hey,
morning.
lol, guess what? I'm 12.
You're 12. Nice. Good on you.
Sir.
Sir. But hey, so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out. I'm so excited about the new work keyboard, and let's see how fast we get it all greasy and gross, and we'll figure things out. I hope you guys have been enjoying the channel. I've been having a lot of fun with this.
Yes.
Been doing some shorts lately. Shorts are fun.
Is nice.
Is nice. Is nice. The shorts are a lot of fun. Shorts have been exploding in views lately. So, yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying that stuff. I've been having a bunch of fun with it. I want to do a little bit more automotive content coming out
Play
soon.
bass. Please play bass.
I don't have a bass. I'd like to get a bass. That's one of the goals here. Actually, one of the things I've been thinking about doing
Or is it a guitar?
maybe
Play guitar.
removing my green screen and making room for a drum set, because I've always wanted a drum set. That would be a lot of fun. But hey,
What's the thing there?
what's the thing there? I've got a acoustic guitar. I've got a piano I'm working on.
Guitar Hero controller.
And I do have a Guitar
Drum
Hero
set.
controller. That is right. That is right. I think that's yeah, I picked that up at a secondhand shop. I thought it was so funny. I wanted to hack into it and make it work with the PC. And try to play games with it. Play something with it anyway.
Please play guitar. The real guitar.
Oh, maybe another night. I think I'm gonna call it a night tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Come hang out again. This is an impromptu stream because I got them keycaps today and I was really excited about it. Don't forget to also join the Discord if you're not already in the Discord. Come on over, hang out. I'm in there all the time. And,
Have a good night, Clyde. Im subbed. Dem keycaps.
Awesome, awesome. Again, great keycaps. I'm excited. Anyway, keep an eye out for some of them
Yes,
shorts.
Clyde, good night.
And we'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.